Hello, sexy biscuits, and welcome back into Kingdom Come Deliverance with a massive frame rate. Oh, look at that. Very fancy. Recently, I asked the community if I should start a GoFundMe to build a new computer. This would be the Biscuit Bakery PC. And not only would it help the channel in terms of production, but also I'd be able to run games a damn sight better. And that's exactly what's happened. As of right now, we have currently raised £500 on the GoFundMe, and that is absolutely incredible, and I cannot thank you enough. What I have done, though, is I have bought a new CPU, motherboard, and PSU, and down the line, I'm also going to be buying a graphics card with any other donations that comes in. And I wanted to show you how Kingdom Come Deliverance runs, and good God, it's amazing. Don't worry though, we're going to go over the specs in a minute. Currently, I am using the Graphical Presets Mod. This is a mod I always recommend. It's absolutely bloody fantastic. So we've got Vanilla High, Vanilla Medium here, and we've also got High, ENB, and Ultra. So if I was to go to High, which is what we're currently set at, I've got HD textures on, and we're going to go ahead and confirm those. That's fine. And then I'm going to continue from my last game. If you look at the top left-hand side of the screen, you can see my frame rate meter. I'm going to be leaving this up here the entire time so you guys can see my current frame rate. Now, we all know that Retire is one of the hardest places to run in Kingdom Come Deliverance. But running this game at 1080p right now, I'm getting a constant of around 80 to 75, and that is mind-blowing. But there's obviously a test here that everyone should do. Hello Fluttershy, how's it going? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on the horse here, and we're going to climb up, and then I'm going to ride down to the bottom of Retire. So the CPU that I ended up getting is the Ryzen 7 3700X. This is definitely one of the most popular CPUs out at the moment. It's a high-end chip and I really bloody love it. It's got 8 cores, 16 threads, and it's an absolute beast. Pairing with that is 64GB of DDR4 RAM, and my current graphics card is the RTX 2060. Unfortunately, the RTX 2060 is the weakest part of my build now, whereas before it was the strongest. Now, as you can see, I'm running up here, full pace, and we're still getting 70 to 80. We had a slight dip there when it just brought in some characters there. You've got to take into account, though, I am, of course, recording, and that does drop it by about 5 or 6 frames. Normally, I'm getting around 100 when you're outside of any city, and that's pretty much constant. We know Kingdom Come Deliverance isn't the best optimized game, but this is a game that is, of course, prevalent on the channel. What I do want to do is upgrade to at least the 3070 or 3060, as that would definitely help my computer gain a little bit more performance. Now, we still have pop-in. I am running this on a super fast M.2 SSD, and that still happens, but we have not dropped below 60. We hit 59, which I think counts as 60, right? Now, before I did this upgrade, I would be sat at around 40 FPS going through Retire like this. It was awful, and it basically meant that I wasn't able to play the game how I wanted to be able to play it. I had to slow down in certain areas because my CPU couldn't handle it. And if you notice, recently I've been playing it on PS5 over the PC version, just because I know I'm going to get a smoother frame rate on there than I would on the PC. But heading out here, we did hit 90 a few seconds ago, or 85, 81, and it's pretty damn nice. Now what I'm going to do is go in here and I'm going to set everything to vanilla very high. Now this is what most people will probably be sat at if they're playing the game at 1080p. So I'm going to save those changes and we'll see how quickly this goes through here. Now I always say let the game have a couple of minutes to just bring in all the assets there. Alright, so we're sat at 75, 70, 55. Yeah, so standard Kingdom Come Deliverance definitely has some issues, but most of those issues I think right now are caused by my graphics card. I am pushing this thing to its absolute limit right now, and that's what I want to do with the rest of the money that we do get through donations. I want to try and pick myself up an RTX card, hopefully in the 30 series. I think that would be absolutely amazing, but we're getting 50 frames here, and if we head into town, it's not going to run fantastically. But let's go through here. I always recommend messing around with settings anyway. I never recommend playing at a straight very high. You always want to mess around with those settings to begin with. But if I was doing this on my previous PC, we would have been in the low 20s right now. And we're still getting 30, 35, 42. And there's a little bit of stutter. But it's a damn sight better than it was. I wanted to test combat quickly to see what that's like. So hang on, here we go. We're just going to use Runt's Club here a second to just take some people out. Come back here, you bastard. Hang on. Oh, we got this guy. He's not going to last very long, is he? Right. Let's see if we can hit him. Fuck. Oh, Jesus. This thing is so overpowered. It's ridiculous. Are you serious right now? Just sit down. Oh, we got a guy attacking us. Right, let's hit him right in the face. Okay, we're going to die here. But as you can see, the performance is sticking at 60. It dipped to 56 just then. But we're running everything at high. And we're still getting those frames. I died. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave all the specs in the description below. I really think this is a great deal. I got the Ryzen 7 3700X bundled with the Tough Gaming X570 Plus, which is an Asus motherboard, and it's absolutely bloody fantastic. Now that is, of course, the most expensive part of this. That did cost me £498. But I really do think it's an absolutely fantastic CPU. But I wouldn't have been able to have done this without you, the community. You have been absolutely fantastic donating, and I cannot thank you enough. You are allowing me to be able to make the content that I want to be able to make, and wasn't really able to before due to limitations with what I could run and how games looked. Before I go though, I did test another couple of games, and I'm running everything on very high. I was able to play Watch Dogs at around 80 FPS, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is quite well known for being quite a hard game to run, I was running on average at around 70 with everything set to Ultra. Now during that, my CPU was using up about 30% of its processes, and my graphics card was using up 100. So yes, I am definitely being bottlenecked by my graphics card. But if you have any ideas on what I should go for, leave it in the comments down below. I'll also be leaving the GoFundMe link in the description below. If you can donate, even if it's only $1, that would mean the absolute bloody world. And know that everything that has been donated has gone towards what I said it would, which is this PC. I'm not going out and spending this money on biscuits. I did actually buy a pack of Jammy Dodgers. I lied. Anyway, I think I'm going to end this here. If you want to see any specific games, then tell me. We can maybe benchmark them. That could be kind of fun. Leave those in the comments down below. But until next time, that's me out. Bye, guys. Oh, I can play the game at more than 50 FPS. Woohoo!